What's up, guys? It's Chad with Living the Beard Life up here in the Pacific Northwest, up in Washington. Here to do a beard update for you guys. Back in November 1st, I decided to take my foot off the brake on the old beard and let it start flowing. So November 1st, I've started my journey into the yeard. That's my goal. The last time I was 100% fully shaven was last April or May. And then I kept it trimmed at a pretty decent length. But November 1st, boom, foot off the brake, letting it go. So anyways, that's what I'm doing with that. I don't know. The trusty comb. I was almost lost without it there for a second. Always like to have the comb going in the old beard. Giving it an old massage. So anyways, yeah, I want to do an update for you guys. One of the last videos that I talked about, I was talking about ordering up some of the mustache wax. Part of having a beard is also growing the mustache. I've really enjoyed growing out the mustache. I've always really kept my mustache trimmed really short. In fact, when it started getting to the point where it was tickling my lip and kind of getting in the way of my talking or eating or whatever, that's when I always trimmed it up. But as soon as I decided to go with the yeard, I just let the mustache go, and it really got annoying at the point where it was really starting to interfere with the upper lip, tickling the bottom, all that stuff. So I wanted to nip that in the butt and deal with that. And one of the ways that I tackled that was getting some mustache wax. And I actually ordered the Woodsman brand of mustache wax from the guys over at Beard Brand. I got it in the mail. Comes in a cool little container like this. You just slide it off. It's got these really cool wood labeled front and back. Tells you a little bit about the company in the back. Very cool little product though. Fits nicely in the front pocket. It's a hard wax, so you know it's not goopy or messy or anything like that. Smells wonderful. In fact, it's pretty funny. I actually find myself throughout the day reaching into my pocket and pulling it out and just taking a quick whiff. It's got a very strong cedar smell. Smells a lot like sawdust, which, you know, beards and beardsmen are always associated with the woodsmen and the lumberjacks and all that stuff. So very well goes along with that. I really enjoy this product. When I first got it, one thing that I learned was that you really need to have the right length of mustache to even do anything with it. When I first got mine, I was a little bit on the short side, and I put too much in, and I just ended up with a gnarly, crusty mess on my upper lip. So after a little bit of trial and error and letting the mustache grow out, I really learned a lot about how to apply and deal with the mustache wax. So I'm going to walk through that with you guys. Now, one thing that I was taught initially when I was researching how to deal with the mustache wax is you take the front of your nail and you scrape it across the top, and hopefully, let's see if we can focus in there. So you can see I've got, you know, a little bit on there. Looks like a little bit of a booger. Now, one thing that I have really learned in applying these mustache wax is to start with just a little, because you can always add more. If you start with too much at once, then you end up with just a big globby mess. And I've definitely learned that the lighter application, the better. So anyways, I start out with that. In fact, that's even a little bit heavy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape that off and get it onto my finger. And what I like to do is I start on that, then I take the other hand over here and I get it over here, and I kind of try to spread it out between these two fingers. because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and run it through. So I've got a, small amount on each side. Just a good way to start. Now, one thing that I like to do is I like to start out here on the end, out here, and I just apply it. Kind of get these, good and waxed up, and then I start working my way in. Now, one thing that I like to do is I like to kind of tuck my thumbs on the bottom side and then run my top fingers down over the top, and that really gets things heading in a downward direction. And then it also applies wax to the bottom side, which helps keep everything standing up. Because a lot of times you get these little stranglers, and that's what falls down and tickles your lip and stuff. So having a nice amount on your thumbs here is nice, because then you can get that up in there. And then you just do this little V shape, and you work your way out. But I like to start at the ends. So with that, that's a little bit light. I'm going to go for a second dose here. And again, I just scrape it onto the top of my nail. And I usually do a couple different applications rather than starting with one big nasty clump. So there again, kind of work it in all the way through like so. Usually I do this in the mirror, so I'm actually using my phone. That's why it looks like I'm looking off camera. But yeah, and you can get it going out. Typically what I try to do is I try to leave this a little bit on the light side so it just kind of falls down. But I really like to control the outer end, so I'll apply a little bit a heavier dosage out on the end of the stash. And then you can really have the control, and you can really start working with it. And I've really enjoyed the old classic turned up look, like so. And keep in mind, guys, the longer your mustache gets, the more you can really work with it. When I first got the mustache wax, then it was a little ridiculous because my length just wasn't there, and I just had a globby mess on my face. So be patient if you want to grow out the big mustache and have a little bit to work with. Just keep growing. It'll end up eventually. So anyways, like I said, my biggest tip, start out with little bits and then just add. And you'll get kind of you'll be able to feel that texture. Really, you'll feel the ends kind of starting to get heavier. And then it kind of turns into like a wire where you can just really shape it and mold it the way that you want. I enjoy this kind of look. It's kind of fun. I've had fun with this look. You get a lot of compliments on it. The town where I live up north of Seattle, it's kind of a little bit of a hippie, almost maybe hipster kind of town, so I get a lot of people commenting on the mustache. But anyways, fun with the mustache. I really enjoy it. I'm going to keep growing the mustache long. Eventually I want to have it out over the beard, so I have the nice full beard, and then the mustache almost as a separate entity out over the beard. So I'm stoked on the start that I got. But anyways, the other nice thing is, keeps the lips nice and organized. Keeps the mustache hairs up off of there. The girlfriend likes it a little better for smooching, for eating and drinking and stuff like that. It kind of keeps it up out of the way. So that is my Woodsman mustache wax. Ordered it from the Beard brand. Eric Van Holtz over there. Check out his YouTube channel. Cool guys over there. In fact, they're fellow Northwesterners. I think they're over in Spokane, Washington. So anyways, I hope everybody's doing good out there. I want to thank everybody for coming over and subscribing. Many of you are from my Living the Van Life channel, in which I talk about my adventures of living in my van and becoming a photographer and filmmaker. Started the beard and decided I'd come over here and do the Living the Beard Life. So anyways, thank you all again for watching. Pass it on. Share the video. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have your following on my Living the Beard Life channel. It's always fun working with YouTube, and it's kind of a fun little game, almost like a game of Monopoly or game of life or whatever here on YouTube. It's fun building up the channels and getting something going on it. All right, guys. I look forward to seeing your comments below. Anyways, it is January 24th. Everybody go out and enjoy your day. It's a Friday. Have a good weekend. Peace out. Keep on trucking.